Example 1, so given Kn bisects Jm, so Kn cuts Jm into two congruent parts. So we will know that JL and LM will be the same. And they give us that angle K is congruent to angle N. And we are asked to prove that L is the midpoint of Kn. Again, it doesn't say that they bisect each other here, so we can't use that information. So we're doing a proof. So side, 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 angle, 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 side, and hypotenuse leg. They only gave me one side and one angle, so I know I can get rid of hypotenuse leg. Side, angle, side, there's no shared or common side, and they didn't tell me about all three sides, so I know I'm down to those two methods here. They told me that we want to prove that L is the midpoint of Kn. So if that is going to be true, then we will know that KL is congruent to Kn. And in order to talk about these two pieces, which were not given in the information, we're going to need CPCTC after we prove the two triangles are congruent to one another. So let's get our statements and our reasons. And we will fill in the given information. Right, so I have my given information, and in the given information I have one congruency statement regarding angles, so I put a little a next to it. So number 2 is from the fact that Kn bisects Jm in the given information, we know that JL is congruent to LM, and that is the definition of a segment bisector. Alright, so that just gave me a congruency statement about the sides, so now I'm looking for another angle. Okay, well I see here that I have vertical angles, and I'm going to call them 1 and 2. Again, you can label them with 3 letters, like JLK, MLN. Those are appropriate as well. And if I look at what method I'm going to be using, I have angle, angle, side. The side is not in between those two angles. So I'm using angle, angle, side, not angle, side, angle. Because again, the side must be in between those two angles in order to use that. So number 3, I'm going to state that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Please remember that you need to put 1 and 2 on your picture. So this gives me another congruency statement regarding angles. Again, that's why I'm writing these little letters in blue, so I know when I have reached enough information to use angle, angle, side. And again, I've established my method on the side so that I don't get to the end and go to write my congruency statement and see like, oh, I put these in angle, side, angle order. The order that I list my statements in there is not the same order of the method that I'm using. So please be wary of that. So number 3, these are vertical angles are congruent. And so now I see I have an angle statement, another angle statement, and a side statement. So 4 by angle, angle, side. I can prove triangle JKL congruent to triangle MNL. And now that I've proven the two triangles congruent, I am permitted to talk about any other parts of those triangles. And in particular, I want to say that KL is congruent to KN. And that is by CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. And since I've now demonstrated that KL is congruent to KN, I have proven that L must be a midpoint of KN. Because what does a midpoint do? It divides a segment into two congruent halves. Well, I've shown that KL and LN are two congruent halves, so that is the definition of a midpoint. And that's it for this proof.